Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing this afternoon, this evening, this morning, wherever you are around the world? Welcome. My name is Great Eagle Sim Pilot. I'm a real world A320 captain, bringing my love for aviation and flight simulation. We will go ahead and take her on out of Jackson, Wyoming. High altitude, high terrain, short runway. It should make for some beautiful views on departure out of here. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and walk our way onto the flight deck here. I am in the walk around mode right now. So what we can do is we can go ahead and head on out to the aircraft here. I did notice with the GSX integration, it now works with the GSX stairs. No longer, if you're using the GSX stairs, do you just fall straight to the ground? That is absolutely amazing. Fenix over here just making it better and better day after day after day. So there we go. On up the stairs we go. There's the airport right there. I'm sure that's a fairly realistic rendition of what it is, and we will go ahead and hop into our flight deck here. We're on the GPU, and let's go ahead and take our seat, shall we? Beautiful. Got all the blinds pulled here to keep the aircraft nice and cool while it's sitting here on the ground. So that's typical of what you'll find. Sometimes you'll find the screens down, dimmed all the way down. Sometimes you won't find them dimmed down. It really just depends on the crew and how hot the day is there. So we will go ahead and get the aircraft boarded here. We have a lot to go over, so we'll load the aircraft. We'll do it GSX boarding and refueling. Beautiful. Will that work? I don't know if that's going to work. I might actually get different numbers. Here, how about this? Since I don't think we're taking on anything, I think I need to reload some brief. There we go. There we go. Can I reload the aircraft? I don't want to do any. I don't want to reset everything. I had everything kind of set up. We'll do it. We'll do it through here anyway. So 125. We'll reset everything since the aircraft seems to not want to load. We will do. Let's see. I said 125. I think our fuel is like 22 point something. So that seems about appropriate right there. And let's do this. I think I had it around 7,000 or 8,000 pounds, something like that. We will apply that. We can load aircraft, GSX boarding and refueling. Let's try that. Alrighty. I think oh, there we go. Alrighty. I don't think that's realistic. These people are flooding on here. Alrighty. Fuel is coming up. Our passenger load is still showing 0, even though it's showing people coming onto the aircraft. I don't know how this is working. Oh, okay. We have people coming on the aircraft. All right, cool. So we'll get the aircraft all loaded up. So it is ready to go. We'll go ahead up to the IR, the overhead panel here, and get IRs 1, 2, and 3 online. Everything else is looking good on the left-hand side. We'll come on up and test engine fire 1. Beautiful. The APU. And engine fire 2. All looking good. The lighting even and the switches look even better than they did before. Oh my gosh, Fenix has outdone themselves when it comes to the artwork and sounds on this. Alrighty. The hydraulic and fuel panel is all set. We can go ahead and if we really want to, we can do the battery test. Is this something that they fixed? Let's find out. Beautiful. I do like the sounds. Closer. Still not doing it. Should still get down to below 10 within a few seconds of you turning them on. So It is what it is. I'm not mad about it there. Let's see. The air conditioning panel is all set. Anti-ice, it looks good. Propede is an auto. Cabin pressurization is an auto. The ditching switch is extinguished and guarded. And our mode select is an auto. The lights all look good for now. Let's go ahead and get the APU going. Beautiful. We'll go on. Go ahead and look at the first officer side here. We'll get the PA out into the 3 o'clock position. Oh, that looks good. The rest of the lights are extinguished, and that looks perfectly fine there. Let's see. Coming on down to the clear shield, everything should be extinguished here. The captain's EFIS. Let's go ahead and bring up the tablet. Flight. I want the current weather here is what I want. METAR 3002, so we'll set that once, twice, and thrice. Beautiful. Go ahead and hide that for now. Why am I all the way down there? I have no clue. No TAMs galore on this. So we'll bring that all the way up to the top. Excellent. Everything else on the EFIS looks good. All set. We're in arc, 10 nautical miles. ADF VOR is off. All set. On the center instrument panel here, we have digits or numbers displayed as values. If I can find where my auto ATC is. Okay, so there's no initial altitude here, so we'll go straight up to our cruising altitude of I think it's 38,000 feet. So we'll do that. I might bump it down to 36,000 feet. We shall see. We are in the airplane that can literally just climb straight up to flight level 3900, so should not have any issues going straight up to 38,000 feet. That all looks good. First officer CFIS, everything looks good there. 10 nautical miles arc. We don't need the VOR ADF. First officer side of the clear shield. All the buttons are extinguished. That looks good. The PFDs are the PFD and ND. The brightness knobs. That all looks good there. We'll just leave them there. That's pretty bright. These screens seem like they get a brightness boost. The ISIS is aligned. That's looking good. The upper and lower displays are in the correct orientation. I can go ahead and get rid of that. Our brake fans are off. Landing gear is showing down and 3 green with the anti-skid. Nose wheel steering on. Date and time are correct. The landing gear is down with no red arrow there. That looks good. On the first officer side, ND's on the left, PFD's on the right. All the brightness knobs we can adjust however we need to. We got the CFM 56 5B7s. Excellent. And we get the current database on both of those, so that looks good. We'll go ahead and head on over to the init, do an init request, and coming on down the captain side here, we have in the active window not Unicom CTAF, and then we want 122.8 in the standby for departure there. That looks good. RMP looks good, and the ACP looks good. Undergirl lighting, I don't really need it. We'll turn it off for now. The radar is off. Predictive wind shear is off. That looks good. Let's go ahead and hold on. Let's see. We'll check. Oil looks good. Hydraulics are all set. Our status, AP1 and 2 will go away here soon once these are aligned, so I'm not worried about that. Oxygen is looking good. We'll go ahead and do a recall check. Everything's normal. Thrust levers idle. We're showing 0 on the trim. Engine masters 1 and 2 are off. We're in norm. Speed brakes are disarmed. Flaps are up, showing 0 in the window. Our parking brake check. We'll press both brakes down. Release the parking brake. And I'll release the left pedal. And reapply. Okay. There we go. Uh-oh. Is it applying both brakes? No. Well, that's not right. It only applies both brakes together. So you see the pedals moving. You can see the pedals moving independently, but the brakes are only being applied symmetrically. That's weird. Don't know if that's a bug in the Fenix update or not, but it certainly used to not be that way before they updated the airplane, so I have no clue if that is a bug or not, but we'll keep pressing on. Let's see. Received messages over here. We'll get one of the load sheets. I was messing around trying to figure out how much weight I can take off out of here before I get runway limited. So we'll go ahead and leave that up. The first officer's side, RMP and ACP all look good there. We don't need the floodlight, and we have an auto ATC squawk of 6044. So we'll go ahead and put that in right now. Beautiful. Well, it looks like they are all done and ready to go there. Interesting that the slide is armed. Usually it was tied to the beacon light. Now it's tied to if the door is closed or not. These doors are closed. Why isn't the slide armed? Interesting change there, Fenix. Don't know what's going on there, but you know, it is what it is. Alrighty, let's get to programming the MCDU. We have a decent amount of things that we need to do here. So we have AAL 3318. I'm starting to forget my own call sign here. AAL 3318. It's going to be a cost index of 30. Flight level 380. Our current ground temp is 25 degrees. Very nice out there right now. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go over to our secondary page here. We're looking at a preliminary load of 121.1. With a CG of 32.2. I need a slant there. 32.2. Our block fuel 22.5. That's looking good. Beautiful. All right, IRs are fully aligned there. Looks like they're done loading the cargo. We'll zero out our route reserve. But we do need a alternate Ontario 1.9. We'll go ahead and throw that in there. That gives us a positive number. Out of Jackson, we'll depart off of runway 19 on the Alpine 4 departure. And that's going to be Kent, something like that. So we'll go ahead and insert that. That's that fix there. From there, we'll go direct to Udus. Direct to Winan Q73 to Heckman for the Angel 4 arrival. So we have Udus. Go ahead and just verify this right now. How about that? So we have Jackson. Takes us all the way out to Kickney at or above 15,000 feet. There we go. And we load the Alpine at or above 15,000 feet. Then we'll go direct to Udus. Direct to Winan. Direct to, well, the Q73 will take that all the way to Hackman. There we go. And let's throw in 24 right for now into Los Angeles. Don't know if we have ATC online or not, but if we do, that will be even better. So we'll do the Angel 4 Hackman transition and 24 right. I'm pretty sure we can do a Circus transition. Does the Angel end at Circus? I'm pretty sure it does. Circus, yep. So we'll do a via Circus. Looks good. Return, insert. Beautiful. For a distance of 732 miles, we have 734 miles. Pretty spot on. All right, so we'll go back to the initialization page. We'll uplink some winds here, get that going back to performance. come on over to our tablet right here. Beautiful. Jackson 19 dry. We'll sync the final load sheet, I guess. 143. Let's go 145.3, 145.3 there. Beautiful. Variable at 6. 24 degrees 3001. And we will go ahead and do a calculate. Aircraft too heavy. Yeah, no, I don't. What do you mean we're limited? 137.8. That's flaps 3 toga. 6 knot tailwind. Alrighty, let's calculate that. There we go. With no wind, since the winds are calm, right? So wind's 240 at 6. How was that calculating out a tailwind? That's definitely a headwind. I have no clue what that is. So if you need a headwind, you can take a headwind out of here in order to get your weight. Your head. If you have a headwind, you can take a little bit more weight. Or not a headwind. I don't know how much it is, but it's something different. So there we go. That all looks good. We're going to be a flaps 2 toga out of here. And just for the fun of it, we'll do an APU on takeoff. So we'll do flaps 2 toga, APU on, stop margin. Not a lot of stop margin there. Alrighty, so we'll send that to the MCDU. Beautiful. One more thing we have to do right here is we will go ahead and we need to change our thrust reduction and acceleration altitude in order to make some nice fun terrain restrictions here. So we're going to be 8451 and 9451. There we go. That's going to be our thrust reduction and acceleration altitude. And then once we clean up, we're going to go green dot all the way up to 15,000 feet. That's what the company wants us to do, so that's what we will do. Alrighty, we'll do 290 in the descent. We'll copy on over a secondary. Copy the active into the secondary, even though if we have an engine failure, what we will do is, it's kind of hard to see because you can't really see it here, but nope, I want the Alpine. But there's a butte right just here. So what we'll do is we'll pretty much follow the SID out to the butte. Then we're going to U-turn it in this valley here, come back up over the airport. And then from there, we'll go right out over the lake, hook a right-hand turn, and do a holding pattern right here. So that's essentially what they want us to do. We can climb in the holding pattern if need to. So that looks good there. That's going to be our engine failure procedure. Alrighty, so lots and lots of threats out of here this evening, which all need to be briefed up before we actually leave out of here. Alrighty, so we reviewed the route. Now let's go ahead and talk about threats. So we'll look over at our handy dandy FO over here. Tonight it is Dummy Thick. Hello, Dummy Thick. Welcome aboard. What are your threats? It's high altitude, high terrain, fairly warm, and we are weight restricted out of here. Yep, I would agree with all those threats. It's going to be a toga APU on takeoff. We'll put on the terrain on ND so that we're watching the terrain out of here. So that's how we're going to mitigate those threats. Let's plan on departing runway 19er. Fairly easy taxi out. We'll push back, start up both engines. It's alpha down to the end. Plan on a flaps 2 toga APU on takeoff. Standard reject considerations. Any questions about what we need to reject for? No. Alright, in the event of an engine failure, after V1, we'll continue down the valley here, just like we planned on the SID. Once we get to this butte right here, we'll make a left-hand turn to come back over the airport. We'll continue north, paralleling this ridge to the lake, and then we'll make a right-hand turn and do a hold out over this valley right here. Otherwise, we'll continue out. We have a modified thrust reduction and acceleration altitude So we will, it's in the box there, and we do need to climb out at 215 knots green dot speed all the way up to 15,000 feet before we can accelerate. Beautiful. Work away from work. Yes, it is done of work away from work, right? But it's fun. I enjoy it, and you know, it you get to do some stuff that you don't always get to do in real life. So that's one of the things I love doing flight sim. There we go. How's it going, bro? I lost 2 rounds of R6 that I played as is tradition. I mean, we have to link up for some R6 here soon. That way we can rank up. We can rank up together. I'm not like the highest qualified player, but you know, it is what it is. There, dummy thick. You take some and win some. You take some, you win some, you lose some. But I do have to say, I think it's gotten a little bit better over the years in terms of matching skill level there. So alrighty, so we briefed the departure out of here. Everything is looking good. The route has been verified. Let's go ahead and get our fuel pumps on. Well, first of all, we need to come down here, make sure the IRs are aligned, and then get our recorder ground control on so it's ready to get this checklist going. Terrain on the ND is on. ICE is aligned. We got the current altimeter. Our parking brake is set. We've triple checked the indicator. You see now that the cargo doors are closed, we got our pressure back, so that's good. ACP and RMP are all looking good there. We come on over to data position monitor. Let's go ahead and look at our airport diagram here. We're looking for 4336.4, 4336.3, and 110 44.3, 110 44.2. That looks good. ND looks appropriate. Our PFD, we have V1 Magenta V2 climbing at Blue Flight Directors 1 and 2. And then we can go ahead and get that there. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and get everything else set up. External power could come off, because of course someone has to drop something down the stairs. There we go. That was so loud that hurt my ears. I have a headset on. I could still hear that loud and clear. Alrighty. I have no clue what that is. Oh, okay. This is the time now, instead of earlier in the day, to get everything out of storage to send out for trash collection. That's literally 20 hours to do it. And now is the time, though. Now is the time, apparently. Seatbelt sign is on. We'll go ahead and get the beacon light on as well. We will hold up on the GSX menu here. Fuel on board and balance hydraulic looks good. Pressurization auto with the landing elevation there, and our engine oil looks good there. We can go ahead and begin a before start checklist. The recorder ground control is on. Platforms and maintenance log is on board, reviewed. The aircraft is going to be 024. Fuel quantity, let's see. I have no clue what I was supposed to have. 20.5 required, 22.5 on board. That looks fantastic. Takeoff performance, we have 120, 121, 127 with a toga APU on. Oxygen checked. Seatbelt sign is on. ECAM checked. Our parking brake is on and checked. MCDU sat. Altimeters, we have 3002, and the departure briefing is reviewed. The before start checklist is complete. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and we have GSX all ready to go. Let's go ahead and get all of these stowed. Nope. Son of a biscuit. I hope that didn't do anything. I don't think that did do anything. Alright, cool. So All the doors are closed and locked. That is closed and locked. Slides are armed. P, A, N, T, and S. There we go. Let's go ahead and return. We'll do the final load sheet here and accept that. Our beacon light is on. We will push tail to the south. Continue pushback. Nose left, I guess. It's going to be nose to the left. We'll go ahead and announce that on the radio here. Looks like they're all ready to go. Jackson Hole traffic, American 3318 will be pushing back onto Alpha Jackson Hole traffic. Alrighty, so we will go ahead and release that parking brake and see if we actually begin getting pushed. Will you work? Oh, okay. I keep forgetting with the Fenix, you gotta manually get rid of the GPU. There we go. Beautiful. Now will you push? Like, I'm not hearing anything from the ground personnel. There we go. Beautiful. That's the view right there. Look at those mountains. Let's go ahead and start our engine, shall we? Alright, it looks like the pushback is done. I gotta go back in and check my GSX settings. I did not hear anyone say anything, but that is quite alright. While that second engine is starting, let's go ahead and input the final numbers here. Should not be much of a change. 121.2 and 32.2, so that is good. We should be all set there. In terms of our weight, we should be below what we calculated on our what the max is, which is 148. So yeah, we're at 143 and change, so we are well within our limits here to take off. Beautiful. I'll bring this volume down to a much more reasonable level. Beautiful. We'll let them go ahead and finish their pushback operations there. I think I should be receiving a pin, hopefully out of the right side. There we go. There's my pin. And he would then salute me. So I have a salute flaps 2. Beautiful. We'll leave the APU on. All statuses are normal. After start checklist. Engine on tires we don't need. Our status has been checked. Rotor trim is 0. The after start checklist is complete. We'll go ahead and do our flight control check here before we taxi on out. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Rudders. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Beautiful. Alrighty. So, flight controls have been checked. Man, I'm getting a little rusty here with my flows, if you can't tell. Let's see. Should be good right about there. Beautiful. Before takeoff checklist flaps, we have 2 planned and 2 indicated. Our takeoff data and speeds have all been checked. Await. We have 143.6. We're planning on 143.3. Stab trim is at 29.7%. We were planning on 29.6%. Flight controls checked. ECAM memo takeoff cabin blue. Before takeoff checklist is to the line. I'll go ahead and put this on flight plan. Actually, I'll put you on performance. I'll put you on flight plan. How about that? And we can continue our taxi on down. Jackson traffic, American 3318 is taxiing runway 19 via Alpha, Jackson all traffic. Beautiful. I'm kind of doing a longer stream tonight. I mean, longer stream being, you know, the flight is like, you know, almost 2 hours long versus being a 1 hour flight that I usually keep it in the 1 to 1.5 hour range. Simply because this is going to be the only stream this week. Tomorrow is the Oldest Eaglets baseball game, and it's one of the later games. So I'm not gonna try to get home from a baseball game at 8:30 and rush to try to get a 9 o'clock stream off. Even then, I'd probably, if I did, it'd have to be a crazy short stream because I'm not trying to stay up super late. So that is the plan there. Camjack Flight Sim, hello. How are you doing, good sir? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a fantastic evening. I know you have been working a ton. You've gotten a stream in here and there where you can, but I know when duty calls. Hopefully you are not working too hard there. Hello, good sir. Sorry to stop in and out, but once again, my work schedule is terrifically busy. Well, I mean, that's a good thing. That keeps you in business. Hope to be back mid-October with regular streams. Great to see you. Thank you very much, Camjack Flight Sim. If you guys haven't gone over to Camjack Flight Sim's channel there, go ahead, stop by. Give him a little love there. He has a fantastic community, and also he has some crazy awesome music that he plays during his stream. So go on over there, give him a sub for me. Would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, Camjack Flight Sim. I hope you aren't too busy there at work. We have Pirates Direction. How are you doing? Discretion. I keep messing that up, and you know what? Pirate. It was like a day later that it finally hit me. It's your name's Pilot's Discretion, isn't it? I get the play on words now. It took me a while, but I got it. Pilot's Discretion. How are you doing? Welcome. Hopefully your flight training is going just as well there, Pirate's Discretion. Alrighty, we're here at the end of the runway. We'll just run a quick before takeoff checklist. Well, we got to go below the line is what we have to do. So we'll stop it just short here. Get that below the line going. There we go. Beautiful. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. Excellent. There we go. And let's go below the line. Runway and FMS. We have runway 19er in the box on the screen and out the window. That is checked. Our minimum takeoff fuel 20.1 is required. We have 22.3 on board. Flight attendants notified. The APU that is on engine mode is normal. And our TCAS TARA, the before takeoff checklist is complete. No, it's pirates. You got it right. But it is a play on word. Pirate's discretion. It's when I thought about that, I'm like, oh, like pilot's discretion. Okay, but no, okay, it's pirate's discretion. I got you there. Pirates. Let's see. Final looks to be clear. Let's go ahead and go outside real quick. The runway is clear. Final appears to be clear. I'm gonna do something a little different here. This is something I want to do real quick. Is let's do a recording of the takeoff, shall we? Record. We'll say that's gonna be our first recording here. Beautiful. So we will go ahead and do a recording of the takeoff, so we can come back and look at that a little bit later. Maybe that's what I will do the outro to. So we shall see. Jackson traffic, American 3318, departing runway 19er on the Alpine 4, Jackson Hall traffic. Alrighty. So the final is clear. The runway is clear. Everything is all set. Cabin is ready to go. We're ready to go. Let's go ahead and let the flight attendants know we're taking the runway. Beautiful. I do love how the 319 just started moving, even with the CFMs just started moving on their own. And it could be just because it is a 319, but it has a pretty good static thrust there. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna bump up the sound in the simulator here. Beautiful. Slowly making our way over. We're not really accelerating, and I think it's because I'm in a turn. Like if I straighten the nose wheel out. Nope. We're getting ready to go backwards. Alrighty. Just requires a little bit extra thrust. No problem there. Beautiful. Got the setting sun going down just behind the mountains. We'll be flying into the sunset this entire flight, which is no problemo. Alright, I overshot. This runway is way wider than it appears. Wow, okay. I should have been looking over my shoulder instead of trying to see if there was a VATSIM controller online. Alrighty, let's bring it back, shall we? That's precious runway. You don't want to give up right there. Well, the good thing is all takeoffs are assumed to be from a rolling start. So we will call that a line right there. Bring it to a full stop. Here we go. Now what I like to do is get it up to 50%, slowly release the brakes, and then toga. Thrust set. Checked. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear out. Speed. Alrighty. climb. Climb set. Flaps 1. Ooh, no. Acceleration altitude is a different speed. Oh, man. I completely forgot about that. We need to still be climbing out at, there it is. There's our acceleration altitude. So even though we briefed it, we forgot the threat. That's why you have 2 pilots on the flight deck. The other one would have been like, nope, you're not accelerating. There we go. Love this airport area. It is absolutely beautiful out here. I can understand why so many people like vacation out of there. Now let's go flaps 1. And remember, we need to climb out at green dot. We said that is 200 and I think it was 215 knots. Let's go ahead and pre-select 215 knots here. The other way around. There we go. And let's go ahead and put that in there. We'll go ahead and get the autopilot on. Absolutely beautiful. I think when we come back and do a replay flaps up after takeoff checklist, when we come back and make sure we get the APU bleed going off there, the replay, I might set it back over to morning time. I think the morning sun bouncing off the mountains as we're departing is going to be absolutely beautiful. Will be absolutely beautiful there as we head on out. Let's go ahead and zoom our range ring out there. I'm gonna turn the sim volumes back down to a more reasonable level. Let's go ahead and get a look at those mountains. So that's pretty much this. That's the city of Jackson right there. So it's relatively speaking, it's pretty far away from the airport. But look at those mountains. Yeah, I think a morning departure is going to be absolutely beautiful out here. So we'll definitely have to do that when we come back and do the replay. Right now, running real time. That way, I think we're gonna have a little bit of sun left once we get to LA. Coming up on our 15,000 feet here, then we can go back into our managed speed. And at that point, we should pretty much be clear of all the terrain out here. You can see no more yellow, no more red, and just a little bit of green. Highest obstacle is at 11,100 feet. So let's get there. Let's go ahead and manage up our speed. +7 outside. I guess I'll go ahead and turn the engine anti-ice on. We're through 10,000 feet MSL, and we've already passed the 10,000 feet AGL. So let's go ahead and let the flight attendants know we are now out of sterile cockpit. There we go. APU is still cooling down. That's why we still have the APU avail light there. Let's see. It should be spooling down though. It says the flap is oh. What is it doing? Yep, it should be spooling down. There you go. So now it started its spool down. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, one of the things I've been doing kind of on my overnight is I see CST Gaming there. CST Gaming has been, he's putting together an actual true to scale A320 flight deck. So that's really cool that he's over there doing that. That's gonna be awesome when he's got that all done. That guy is a wizard craftsman right there. He's doing it pretty much all from scratch. He's got all his dimensions that he needs, and he's pretty much cutting everything out and getting everything exactly where it needs to be. And by the time he's done with it, he's going to have an actual A320 flight deck. Really need to see what displays he's going to use with them. Is he going to get hopefully some 65-inch monitors to wrap all the way around? That'd be fantastic. A little bit of turbulence here coming through. What is it, 20,000 feet probably? Yeah, we're transition standard. We'll set standard once, twice, and thrice, and we'll go ahead and come up top and turn our chemtrails off now. Or chemtrails on, how about that? There we go, beautiful. And if you have to ask, yes, we do spray chemtrails once we get above a certain altitude. It's super secret mandatory regulation that we have to do. Just kidding. Don't want anyone out there spreading lies like we're spreading chemtrails everywhere we go. Not a real thing. Alrighty. That looks good. We'll turn the range all the way out. We're above most of the clouds here, so I will go ahead and we will turn off our engine anti-ice. I'll pick up the speed here a little. We'll go ahead and speed it up to like 300 and yeah, let's go 340 in the climb. Climb a little bit fast out of here. And let's go ahead and get some in-flight tunes going, shall we? That looks absolutely fantastic. I do not hear that going at all. There we go. Now I hear that going. Man, I do. Ooh, wow. The sun on this livery looks amazing. Now, the one thing that's like very hard to recreate in real life with the new American, like the silver is super easy, right? Because it's like, it's just a gray. But like the hard thing to recreate in real life, I don't know how well this is going to come through on a lot of people's monitors. All those little dots. And all these little dots up here, right? So we have all these are all dots. It's not like a gradient. It's dots that become a gradient. And from afar, it just looks weird. It looks like it's a shiny something or another. I don't know. Just very hard to do in a computer world versus in real life. It looks more representative of the American flag. But in PC world, this is kind of what you get, kind of like a weird shimmery effect. It is what it is. The livery creators do a very, very, very good job of bringing these liveries to life. One of the things that I absolutely love is you can see here on the Sharklet, like how, you know, not all the screws are nice and neatly painted in. Some of that paint's worn off, or maybe maintenance has gone in and had to take a screw out or replace a screw or something like that. So they do a really, really good job at making those look worn like they would be in real life. Even new airplanes, man. Even the new airplanes, you're still gonna have a little bit of that wear. You can definitely tell when an airplane comes fresh from the paint shop, because it looks too clean, right? You come down here, you should see grease all underneath the airplane. The Airbus has tons of grease. You're always going to have grease on an Airbus. That's just how it is. And when you don't see that, when you do your walk around, you know this airplane must have just came out of a paint facility, because there's no way it's going to look that clean. But it's been over in the Eagle house. So like I said, the little eaglet has baseball that takes up most of our time. Nowadays, it seems the game times are all over the place. I definitely have been working. And for some reason I thought I was 18-year-old kid all over again. So I decided to try to skateboard down to one of the hills in the neighborhood, and I was able to bail successfully a few times. Got my confidence up and trying to bail off a skateboard, and the last time was not so successful. So got some scraped up knees, some scraped up elbows. That's always super fun. Let me go back inside. I kind of forgot we need to be on Unicom there. Go through on Unicom. I think LA Center may be on 126.525. So I'll put that in standby just in case. 126.525. And now today I am rocking the new digits that they have. So again, I don't know how much comes through. Here, let me go top down like this. Will that look better going down top down like that? So I don't know how much of this is going to come through, but the new LED digits, crystal LCD crystal digits, whatever they are, they look so good. It adds an element of depth to the crystal. It doesn't look like a flat display anymore. It looks just like it would in the earlier plane. Fenix keeps outdoing themselves time after time after time, and we cannot climb up at 8.1. Good try though. We'll climb up at 8.0. And what's going to be the recommended max here? Flight level 390, so we can go all the way up to flight level 380. That should be perfectly fine. Beautiful. Optimal is 36. That's okay. We'll go on up to 38. And let's go ahead and get the fast seatbelt sign off, shall we? I think it's going to be smooth the rest of the flight, so should not be a big thing there. Dominic says some of the 737s I've seen, it's almost as if the entire bottom is painted black on the backs, right? It's just the nature of flying the airplanes, right? Like yeah, you're gonna get hydraulic fluid, you're gonna get oil, grease, all that stuff that they use to lubricate all different types of stuff, especially if they do, I think it's a flap. If they have to do stuff to the flaps, they gotta grease that sucker on up before they retract, and that's how you get all that the grease underneath the flap bearings there. So it is very interesting at how much grease gets slathered on this airplane just to make sure everything runs nice and smooth for us, right? We gotta have nice smooth operation of the flaps. And now I think there was an asymmetric flap landing somewhere. I saw a video somewhere of like an American Airlines 737 that said they declared an emergency and made an asymmetric flap landing. And at first I was like, it looks fine to me. And then you see the aircraft come past the camera, and you can definitely see the flaps were not down at all. The flaps were all the way up. So that was very, very, very interesting to see. There goes our chemtrails right there. And in other 737 news, there was I guess another 737, a WestJet 737, going down to Princess Juliana, and on landing they had like a gear failure on landing. So that was interesting, and it kind of reminded me of the Alaska 737 that had a gear failure landing in Santa Ana. I don't know why I say that. That's a joke from a long time ago. Santa Ana, so quite some time ago. Was it a year or two ago now that happened? And it looks eerily the same, like very, 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 very similar. How the gear essentially on landing punctured straight up into the wing. It didn't collapse down onto the ground. It went straight up into the wing. So, which is exactly what happened to the Alaska airplane. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's happening with the 737s, where the gear keeps going up and into the wing. I don't know what that's all about. Obviously, there's a mechanical flaw somewhere in the system if it keeps happening like that. So hopefully the Boeing gets down to the bottom of that, because we don't need more airplanes having gear collapses all over the place. Definitely not good for brand image, I can tell you that. So definitely have a few more turn and burn. I want to do some turn and burns out west. I just don't know if Tuesday is going to be the days to be doing turn and burns. We will see. I'll try to get the turn and burns in, because I have a few I want to do. I did a real life turn and burn here on my last trip. Got landed and ended up getting a call from the company. We got Paula. How are you doing? Welcome to the Great Eagle Club. Welcome to the Eagle's Nest, I should say. Thank you for the subscription. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I did a real life turn and burn the other day. It's we get rescheduled to do a different flight, and the flight was already behind schedule. Passengers boarded up, ready to go. They were just waiting on pilots to come take them somewhere. So we said, all right, well, let's just go ahead and do this flight and get it over with, get there and back. You know, so it's 30 minutes up in the air, 30 minutes back to where we started, and called it a day. It was a much better day of flying than I think we were supposed to go halfway across the country and back. So I was like, I'll take it. I will take that any day for sure. Beautiful little lake that we're flying over right here. Is it me, or does the livery just look a little different than it used to? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Oh, look at here. They got the paint peeling off over here. That's awesome. Love that little detail that they got. I didn't even realize it was on here. Wow. That's awesome. Great little details. I tell you, man, these livery creators, they spare no expense at getting down and into the nitty-gritty details. And I really can't believe, again, with the big Fenix update, I have no clue what magic or sorcery Fenix has done. But somehow they have managed to make the Fenix run absolutely buttery smooth. And I'm not using auto FPS or frame gen. I know I keep saying it every time I hop in after the big Fenix update, but I'm not. I really am not using any sort of auto FPS or frame generation. I am just natively getting... What am I getting right now? 35 to 40 frames a second. And it's a smooth 35 to 40 frames a second is the thing as well. Now if I turn frame gen on, again, that number is gonna double, maybe triple, right? So I should be getting 70 to 80 frames a second. But it just flies so smooth, and I love the fact that I don't need frame gen on. and I'm not getting the artifacting that comes with frame generation. Because, you know, when you get frame generation, a lot of times when you're looking at the engine, you'll get weird artifacting as the artwork for the engine is either doubling over. It's weird artifacting that happens. So I'm not getting that at all. I'm looking at Microsoft Flight Simulator in all of its 4K glory. That is a beautiful simulator to just sit back and look at. It looks like we've leveled off here at 38,000 feet. Everything is churning along quite nicely here. Check speed mode. Nope, we won't do that. We'll go ahead and, while I'm on this page, do KLAX2 for right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and throw that in there. So we have, once we get closer, we have more of a idea of where we are in relation to the airport. 558 miles direct line, 598 via our flight plan route, so not bad. A mostly direct route on the way down there. We'll fly the planned route. I could shortcut it and just go like direct to Zany. That's not really going to save us any time. It's really hard a lot of times to save time by shortcutting it. Like if I took that shortcut, I'm not even saving a minute. It's almost not even worth. You're better off just, if you're supposed to be cruising along at 0.75 or 0.76, just bump up the speed. That's really the best way for you to save time on a flight there. So I did notice they have this QR code in the airplane. I got curious. I mean, if anyone wants to scan it, you can scan it. I'm not gonna stop you from scanning it. I will tell you, someone is going to roll you, and it could be someone with a first name Rick. I absolutely love that, you know, because people are gonna get curious. People are gonna scan that QR code and you know, get Rick rolled. So that's hilarious. That QR code does work. It is a functioning QR code. So be careful what you do with that, though. Absolutely fantastic. Here we are cruising along, 38,000 feet, smooth ride on the way out to Los Angeles. Seatbelt sign is off. Flight attendants are doing flight attendant things back here as we take some vacation goers from the beautiful wide open lands, cowboy ranches, farms, mountains of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, back to the busy city life of Los Angeles. You know, it's interesting. This last trip, I was talking to my first officer, and we were talking about, you know, where we used to fly at, and there's this little known city up in it's just north of New York. I guess you could kind of call it New York City. It's not really New York City, but it's White Plains, New York. And he was recalling how he was flying out of there one time, and White Plains, New York, if you don't know, White Plains is kind of, and I don't know if it's White Plains itself or if it's just the surrounding parts of White Plains. A lot of money up in that area. So the airport itself has a ton of business jets. You would think it would be the Teterboro. White Plains would be the Teterboro of New York City. Like, instead of like Teterboro, New Jersey, think about Teterboro, New York. That's pretty much what White Plains is. Tons of business jets flying in and out all the time. But it also gets commercial traffic too. And so he's telling us a story about them going in there and flying out. There's this one couple that just considered the flight attendants to be the help. Like, they wouldn't put their bags in the overhead bins, right? It's the guy literally said, "Oh, don't worry about that. Let the help put that in the overhead bin." Um, who are you calling the help? I certainly not the flight attendant. Oh yes, oh yes. The it is very interesting. The I don't know if there's a certain money threshold where people just lose a sense of respect for other people. But the flight attendants coming back through the cabin in flight, doing the in-flight beverage service. Here's your peanuts and what drink do you want, right? So she's asking this lady, what would you like to drink? The lady doesn't say anything. Oh, what would you like to drink, ma'am? She doesn't say anything. Ma'am, what would you like to drink? Her husband finally goes, oh, sorry. She doesn't talk to the help. She'll have a Diet Coke. Oh, it just makes you... The fact that there are those types of people out there, they're not everyone for the most part. I feel like people are genuinely nice. But there are a few people that are like that, and kind of breaks your heart when you hear you can't have a true human to human interaction. I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, White Plains, New York. It's like the Teterboro of New York City. So many business jets flying out of there. So many. That's where companies like NetJets, FlexJet, they have pretty big bases up there. I'm pretty sure they have pretty big bases up there. That being one of them. I'm assuming the other one being Teterboro. So big money makers for FlexJet and NetJets and all your corporate jet share companies. The other exciting thing that's happened since I've been gone, the official kickoff of football season. So that has definitely been looking forward to that. Hey, Cam Jack Flight Sim, that reminds me too, your Broncos got the first win of the season. Congratulations to you. Pulled off the dub. Was an awesome game. What an awful person. We are all God's equally loved children. Yes, sir. It breaks my heart to hear that people behave that way. Go Broncos. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a fantastic game. Bo Nix putting on a show for the fans there. Some teams did not get off to a good start this year. I can tell you my dad is a huge Miami Dolphins fan. And let's just say he was not too thrilled with how that season started there. It's gonna be a long season. I don't know how many people are football fans in the chat. However, I say what you want about Tua. I mean, he was a very good quarterback. Probably still is a good quarterback. I think he's probably had one too many concussions. I think he should put his safety ahead of his career at this point and just hang up the cap and call it what it is, so that Miami can move on to a different quarterback. I'm pretty sure they pulled Tua in like the third or fourth quarter. They pulled him out the game. He was not doing Miami any favors there. little bit of turbulence here. I might turn the seatbelt sign back on. We'll see. Let's go back into the flight deck. Let's see what it feels like up here. I mean, I would say a little bit of light. It's a little bit of light. Nothing too crazy though. We do have a company message. Let's go in here and take a look at that. No EDC required. There we go. Yes, we made an on-time departure out of there. Beautiful. 80 knot headwind. Wow. You really only see speeds like that when I mean, I know the weather is starting to cool off, but it's not that cold yet. Fall is in the air. That's another thing. Fall is definitely in the air. We have the you got the pumpkin spiced lattes, if that's your jam. Pumpkin, whatever it is that you like, your pumpkin pound cakes. Your apple pies, all the things associated with fall. The weather's starting to cool off. Depending on where you are, the weather's starting to cool off. If you're in Miami, Florida, not so much. But even in the Texas area, was out there for a little bit on this last trip, and it wasn't cold, but it was nice. It was nice. Shorts and a t-shirt type of weather, and you could walk outside and not instantly get hit by a ton of humidity. And it was just comfortable to walk around in. So this is my time of year. This is, you know, you can be outside, watch the kiddos baseball game. I finally I got a little fire pit. It's not a wood burning fire pit. And a lot of people have the solo stove or the wood burning fire pit that gives off a ton of heat. That's not something I have. I have just your regular old gas burning fire pit. It's more for looks and ambiance than it is anything else. But this time of year is perfect to be outside on the patio with a nice little flame. So I had to get that ready as fall came in. Even get a little bit of fall landscaping in. So there we go. You say I've always been partial to the Dolphins as well. Was a huge fan. Back when the team had Don Shula as the head coach. Yeah. I know as a kid, my dad took me to a few Dolphins games, and again, that was back in the Dan Marino era. What an absolute legend he was. Best quarterback that never won a Super Bowl, you know. So it was fun. Even though we had the high up nosebleed seat, you know, I didn't care. I mean, we were so far up. I distinctly remember we were so far up that he would actually bring binoculars to the game so we could have we could see it a little bit better. So yeah, those are the memories you kind of build, and you know, those are memories I want to build with the little eaglets as well. As they're growing up, take them to a few football games, so they can enjoy it. I think the oldest is starting to really get into football, so we will see. I don't know if we want to go down the contact sport route yet. Flag football seems to be a pretty popular thing. It's up and coming. Let me put it as like this. It's up and coming. The Olympics in LA, the 2028 Olympics out in LA, they're going to have flag football as one of the sports now. So there we go. I can definitely get behind flag football if that's something he wants to pursue. You know, it's not going to be, that type of money that the NFL is going to offer, but also you don't have to worry about, abusing your body nearly as much as if you were playing full contact sports. So yeah, but the Don Shula and Dan Marino era, what a truly fantastic time to be a Miami Dolphins fan. Then they went through kind of a slump, and then I feel like when they first got Tua, that's where the life came back to the team. And I don't know where they're at right now, but we shall see, because they went through a ton of different quarterbacks before they got to Tua, like a ton. But I feel like that's a lot of NFL teams. When they lose their star quarterback, you just kind of go through a quarterback identity crisis. You don't really know who's going to be the right fit until magically the right fit hits, right? I mean, you look at Goff moving up to, was it Detroit? Stafford moving out to the Rams. Who would have thought that? That would have been a weird flip-flop. All right, let's take a look here. We're still a decent ways out, just over an hour out it seems. So yeah, about an hour and 30 minutes to go. Just under an hour and 30 minutes to go. I know the ETE up here, where can I find it? Right here. Shows something slightly different. Which is all right. I think that usually takes the direct line distance to the airport. It doesn't actually have a flight plan route in there, so you get an exact ETA, but it's close enough. It does the trick. I might back the speed down a little bit if it's gonna keep going up and down like that. I'm just gonna hang out that fast. There we go. We'll do Mach 0.79er. LA Center is still on. Let's see. Let's see when I'm going to intercept their airspace here. Oh, we have a ways before I'm going to get to their airspace. Okay. Because we won't get there until we get closer to Las Vegas. So normally in the airplane, you can throw that on and see a few airports. You would not see all the other small airports. It's just not going to be in the database, because no need to have them all in the database. So you have, where is it? Vegas should be, I think it's somewhere down here. Kind of hard to tell with all the airports in the way, but yep, that should be where we start getting into LA Center's airspace. There we'll pick up some ATC and hopefully have it the rest of the way in. Oh, you know what I did not do? I did not stop the recording. Let's go ahead and stop that recording there. Please stop and don't crash. Oh, it's gonna crash. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, cool. So there we go. We got recording that we're going to play, and that's probably what we'll do for the outros. We'll come all the way back. I'll set it to morning time in Jackson Hole, where we get the sun bouncing back off the mountains during our takeoff. And that's what we'll do to wrap up the stream there. We'll get a few landing replays into LA. That's no big. It'll be, I don't know, the 1,000th time we've landed in LA. So we get some landing replays there. Right now, I think the weather's a little gusty there, if I remember correctly. Weather. Okay, 250 at 14. So earlier it was gusting. What are we looking at? Yeah, 240 or 14 cells. Okay, so even the ATIS doesn't have a gust there. Okay, so no problem. If it's a constant wind, then we'll do flaps full. If it starts gusting a lot, then we'll do a flaps 3 landing. How about that? That's what we can plan on there. And I just think that's so cool. CST building from scratch a full A320 flight deck. That's so cool. Man, maybe in a different lifetime, that'll be something I'll be able to do. Just do not have the real estate to go ahead and take up a room to build out a full flight simulator, because that would be, I mean, I've always kind of wanted to do it ever since I was a kid, and I mean, simulation has gotten a lot more realistic now, and that aspect of not just graphically, but what's available for you to use hardware wise as well. And so was never able to actually, I mean, it could be quite expensive as well. We're talking about several $1,000s in components alone, right? And then you got to have the space and the time to put it all together. I definitely don't have the space. I kind of don't have the time to do that either. So that's just going to be a far and away dream. Just pick up some other hobbies. Instead, something that doesn't take nearly as long to do in a day. I mean, once it's all done, it looks beautiful, and you have an A320 simulator or 737. I've seen a few 737 simulators as well. That's really cool. I've seen one where it literally looks like you're walking down a jet bridge, and then you get into the quote-unquote cabin of the aircraft. They have catering carts, they have airplane seats in there, and then you walk into the flight deck, and it's a full-on, flight simulator minus the motion. That's literally the only thing is missing is the motion. And I would 1,000% love to fly something like, I mean, I get to fly the real airplane. I think it's just cool that, people love flight simulation so much to the point that they actually build a full cockpit. I mean, that's awesome. And the fact that, flight simulators nowadays look so insanely realistic that you put a few 4K projectors up in your home sim, and you'd never be able to tell you're in a simulator. I mean, as nice as the full motion simulator is, and you know what? I'll put it like this. I actually don't like the motion in the simulator. It can throw your inner ear off a little bit, because not all the motions are exact to how you would feel them in real life. For example, on takeoff, right? Like, there's you can't simulate being pushed into the back of your seat when you throw the thrust levers up to toga, right? The simulator just kind of like tilts backwards, and that's not really the same feeling. Taxiing around on motion feels weird to me. It does not feel like the airplane at all, but it's something you got to do. And so, you really, to me, you don't need the motion in the simulator to make it look and feel like a real simulation. Way back when I was in school, I think that was one of my projects that I did was motion versus non-motion for flight training, and the results are mixed. It's not really conclusive. I mean, we have the technology to have motion, so I think we just use motion as the standard. But of the group that didn't have any motion in their training and went out to fly the real airplane, very little to no negative transfer of learning happened. So, meaning that what they learned in the simulator didn't negatively transfer into the airplane, versus those who had motion. With the motion group, zero negative transfer of learning from the simulator to the airplane happened. With the group that didn't have motion, it was a little bit, next to none, a few people here and there that had negative transfer of learning, and it just wasn't enough to. For me, my conclusion, it's not enough to warrant having full motion. What is more important to me, in terms of if you're going to try to use a flight simulator to learn how to fly an airplane, is flight physics. That is the real key there. You want to have top-notch flight physics, and Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, I'm sorry, or 2024, I'm sorry, that ain't you. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, I'm sorry, that's not you. If you want the most realistic flying experience without having motion, X-Plane 12 is where it's at. And I don't even have X-Plane 12. I'm coming from the X-Plane 11 platform. And X-Plane 11 by far had superior flight physics. Now, Fenix is getting really close at modeling everything. The Fenix team does a really, really, really good job of handling everything. The flight physics just feels so real. It feels so real. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Like, even though I don't have a side stick for my simulator, I don't have a side stick that has, force feedback or whatever it is. You can have the force feedback side stick. That kind of gives you that resistance that a regular Airbus side stick would give you when you're actually moving it around. I don't have that. However, Fenix has done a great job at fine-tuning their flight physics and fly-by-wire, so that it almost feels like I am flying the real Airbus, even though I don't have a side stick giving me any force feedback. Right, so I think the Fenix team has done a really good job. I could not recommend this airplane enough. If you're on the fence about getting it, just get the 320 to start. If you don't want to fork out all the money to get, all of the airplanes, just get the 320 to start and see how you like flying that around. I mean, I doubt you're gonna hate it. I really doubt you're gonna hate it. I have not run into a person yet that regretted spending the money on this airplane. And for the vast majority of simmers, you're not going to use all the features that the Fenix has, right? Like the other day, coming out of, I don't know where we were, Sheboygan. I had this happen to me. It's no big deal, but it did happen. Let's see if I can remember what system it's under. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Oh, I forgot what system it's under. No. No. Oh, there you go. Boom. So, had that happen to me, just flying along. That happened. And it was in the middle of me having my breakfast omelet. I was so upset that I had to stop eating my omelet to try to troubleshoot this. So first of all, if you notice, there's no ECAM associated with this. Your screen is just going to go. No ECAM, just a blank screen, right? Nothing you're going to do is going to get that screen back because it's the screen itself, not a computer that went. So like if I tried to turn that to DMC3, then nothing's going to happen because the screen's gone. So I'm not going to recover that data. So really the only thing to do, which is what I did, is to turn the screen off and then turn it back on. And so that's what I did a few times before it would come back on. Ended up writing it up. This screen apparently is MELable. Before I wrote it up, I actually tried to find what the MEL was going to be. So to make sure I wasn't grounding the airplane in like a weird middle of nowhere location. So yeah, this MELable. In fact, all of these screens up here can be MEL'd, except this one. The most important screen on the entire airplane cannot be MEL'd. If that screen doesn't work, you don't go nowhere. And to make sure it works, they will literally do anything. They will swap it out with one of the other 5 screens up here to get this one to work. This screen, captain screen, the most important screen on the flight deck. Apparently, that's what I found out. So, all the other ones had MELs that you were able to do. I don't think you could MEL this one, but this one, and this one, all had MELs that you could do. Or maybe it did, because this is the EWC. This was called the status screen. So you had the EWC and the status screen, and then you had this is called ND2, PFD U2, and then you have PFD U1, ND U1. So yeah, had that happen to me recently. Emailed it. Of course, you know, we did the thing, went into the QRH. By nature, when something like that happens on the screen, oh, it really did come back. Oh, wow. Okay. I was not expecting it to come back. There should have been a longer boot up time. I'm pretty sure it should have booted a little bit longer than it did, but yeah, turned it off, turned it back on. It came on, but it kept turning on and off. So I went ahead and just, wrote it up. Put it on MEL, and of course the second you write it up, that's exactly what it was doing, was that. So it's like, of course, the second you write it up is the second that it's not going to do it ever again, because the second I wrote it up, it worked perfectly fine the rest of the day. So I don't know. But we're not going to operate like that. So we'll unfail it, apply that change, and there we go. It came back. Sweet though. So had that happen. That was a ton of fun to deal with. What happened to the thing? Okay, there we go. I have no clue why that just disappeared. It reset. Don't know if I did something to reset that or not. Alrighty. No problem. View that setting sun. Yeah, you could definitely tell. Summer is pretty much gone. That sun should still be out right now. But it's going to be peeking just behind the earth here in the next 20 minutes or so. That's okay. We'll do a nice little night arrival into Los Angeles. Do a few replays. And then head on back to Jackson to do a landing there. This stream, again, like I said, is going to be a little bit on the longer side. You know, I like to keep my flights to around about 1 to 1.5 hours of flying time, simply because I do like to I don't like staying up too late. Don't like keeping you all for too long, you know. And I feel like a good 1 hour flight segment is a good sweet spot to have you drop on in, say hello, watch the stream for a little bit, maybe have a little bit of dinner, maybe have a little bit of a chit chat here and there, talk about some things going on in the industry. Speaking of which, Spirit again, just they're going through, they declared bankruptcy for a second time, so we'll see what the new bankruptcy plan is going to be for them as they try to navigate this. I think I saw an article saying that with the CEO saying that the age of the ultra low cost bear fare, whatever you want to call it, airline is over. I don't know. I mean, obviously they're having a hard time keeping customers, but you know, if they can pivot and go to be more of a, I mean, just a regular low cost carrier like JetBlue is, maybe that's the sweet spot in the market. I don't know. Did you notice the PTU startup? Dog barking sound during your engine startup. I heard it in my 320 last time. I was not paying too much attention to it. Although I, since I'm always on the Airbus, I am almost immune to that sound. Even when I'm flying in the back of the airplane, I can almost tune that sound out. I mean, to me, it's a normal sound. I don't know. I know they did a lot of improvements with the sound work and the artwork. So does it sound different? Is it louder? Does it sound different? Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they even have different sounds based on the type of PTU used, which is very interesting that they went so into detail that there's different PTU sounds from different manufacturers. Is absolutely bonkers. I think they added it in the new software update. I think that's cool. Oh yeah. You know what? Chemjack Flight Sim. I think they may have bumped that sound volume up because I've always heard it when starting the engines. But I think they may have brought that sound to be a little bit more in the foreground there. Let's see, 126525. That's what we're going to do to contact Los Angeles Center. We'll go ahead and put that on in there.
29 right. Do you want 29 left?
Second, we'll take 29 right. 263 don't show. Gotcha.
Hello, Center Air American 3318 is flight level 380.
12215, did you say we could cross 12 right?
Hey,
Roger, crossing 12 right at Bravo.
3318 LA Center, radar contact clip.
Hello. Alrighty, there we go. Yeah, I know.
Whiskey, fly for
Here,
landing,
let's
3000, it's going to be vectors of miss.
Let's go back. I know they changed the sounds. Let me turn the volume up on my headset just a little bit to see if we can hear any changes in the sounds.
Stand by, South 1564, radar contact, South.
Our pass 4300 South 1564.
South 1564, climbing table 220 unrestricted.
I'm turning the sim volume up just a little bit for you there.
JetBlue 017, Nally Center runway, and runway 26, right clip takeoff.
The sounds are really good. I mean, the sounds have always been really, really good. I do not know, like, every time they say they've changed the sounds, I'm like, but they were already good. How are you making them even better? I do not understand. Now, this is weird. Don't know if Fenix knows about this, but a little bit of bleed through from the beacon light.
Radar check.
I have a 5.
Yeah, so you see bleed through from the beacon light right there. I do not know why that's a thing. Hopefully Fenix will be able to fix that, because that's very interesting that you're getting a red flash through the cabin there.
November 5 on the mic.
Interesting.
9, flight of 190. We're about 22 miles to the
But overall, the cabin looks really good. It's highly optimized for Flight Sim 2024 as well. I definitely have noticed that. What I haven't noticed, because in Flight Sim 2024, the further away you are from an object, the less it renders in detail. I haven't really noticed it trying to render in higher and higher detail the closer you get to something. But I think that's the secret sauce to getting really good frames, I guess, is to have it render in more and more LODs the closer you get to it. So I don't know. So there we go. Look at that view.
South 1406, cross runway 24 left, taxi for be Echo. Copy that.
Let's go up front, and let's turn the cabin lights off. I forgot. We are moving into nighttime off, so cabin lights are 0. Oh, okay. There we go. I'll probably turn the brightness on some of these displays down. That one definitely.
JetBlue 017, radar contact, altitude.
And we'll definitely turn the FO's brightness down a lot more, since that's not really what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and we'll get the overhead and pedestal lights turned all the way up there. And then as need be, I wonder, I do think you can change the volume of is it here? No.
We're just going to go to the gate right here.
No, I think it's in settings. I'm not going to do that. Don't worry about that then. We will not worry about that. But I'm pretty sure there's a way that you can have VATSIM linked to your knob here. Let's see.
63 squawk normal, no turn.
I'm trying to see if the volume now. Okay, so you can tune the volume. That's awesome. We'll keep that all the way up, shall we? So you can.
I just want to make sure that you said taxi via Charlie.
Negative. Tails, what do you think? A flight plan for you, actually.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, that is really cool. That's why I'm just like, the Fenix team has done so much work to make this airplane as awesome as it is.
The last controller, he just actually filed one for me to San Francisco.
Yeah, okay. So I see, yeah, so you keep calling yourself world travel, but 63C, I see tail left to A2863, so that might be a part of the issue. Other than that, man, I don't have the bandwidth to really help you file a flight plan. I can't really help you.
That sounds like a bad sim controller. I really don't have the time to show you how to file a flight plan.
I mean, I can fly VFR to San Francisco. Just might be at a lower altitude then.
Just try to file your flight plan again, disconnect, reconnect. You might have accidentally, it looks like you filed a VFR flight plan by mistake. Just make sure you didn't send it as VFR.
Roger, 2863.
Air 446 under whiskey, cross mid, that or above 3000, cleared ILS runway 30 approach.
Cross mid, that or above 3000, cleared ILS runway 30 approach, 69 whiskey.
Lieutenant November 263 Delta Charlie holding short of runway 29 right at
Well,
Air 263 Delta Charlie on course departure for runway 29 right, clear
we'll
takeoff.
see. I think
Air 446
I need to check my schedule, see. Like I said earlier, I have a few turn and burn Tuesday days. Yeah. Okay. So I get the next Tuesdays off that I could probably do it. So we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll plan on doing turn and burn Tuesdays. And possibly a stream on Wednesday. I don't want the stream on Wednesday to go too long. As I do have work the next day. So next week plan on doing turn and burn Tuesday, and then another stream Wednesday. And then possibly a Monday, Tuesday stream after that, and then just a Monday stream. So my days off are a little interesting this month, but it is what it is. Summer flying is over, that's for sure. I definitely have noticed a lack of flying to be had. I'm not mad about that, because as someone that likes sitting on short call reserve, I do appreciate not being called out sometimes. So that's you kind of feel like you win a little bit when you don't get called out on short call reserve as free time home. You don't get too many of those where you can just be at home and hang out with the family and also get paid to do it. So that's what we can plan on doing. I'm thinking the next turn and burn, I'm thinking we're gonna go Vegas to Bakersfield and back again. Do some Allegiant ops out of Vegas.
6 left, transition for 2 whiskey.
I don't think that's a real Spirit flight, or not Spirit. Oh my goodness gracious! I said Allegiant. I'm fairly certain that's not a real Allegiant flight, but it's not LA, but close to LA. So yeah, we'll do that. I don't have an Oakland scenery. I don't think there's a Bakersfield scenery. I'm gonna have to go and find something. Hopefully there will be something on Flight Sim TO. I'm all about if you can find a free scenery, they use the free scenery. Because things are getting very choppy here. Let's go ahead and get the fast seatbelt sign back on, shall we? Yeah, I'm all about if you can find free scenery, use the free scenery. Like, the Flight Sim hobby can get so insanely expensive if you want to go and buy sceneries all the time. And it's been several months since I've actually paid for a scenery. So maybe I'll get a new scenery and we'll jump in. We'll jump in there and maybe try to do a turn and burn into whatever scenery I decide to buy next. I have no clue. And whatever scenery it is, it's probably going to be an I&I build scenery, because I&I is just so good with their scenery.
Prior to leaving the space, or whatever you're supposed to say.
I just popped my wrist. That's the other part about falling off the skateboard, is I jammed my wrist up pretty good, in addition to scraping my arm up.
Okay, wait, clarify. you want special VFR or special flight?
And every now and
Those are two
again,
very different things.
when I'm starting to feel my wrist getting really stiff, I can just pop it. It's very interesting.
You know,
Are you doing
I
the
don't
SIP
But
for, like,
hopefully, and
overlay?
then the next, it's a lot better than it was a few days ago. Hopefully, in the next few days, it will.
Oh, okay. So
That will go away. I also have a new trick that I'll be able to do for the rest of my life. Just pop my wrist.
Yep. That file's discretion. Just block 12013 while you're going through the SIP.
I said, dude, we're getting too old for this stuff. Yeah. I don't know why I thought I was don't know why I thought I was an 18-year-old out there on a skateboard, trying to keep up with my little kid, you know, just keeping up with the little evil. And that's what I get. You know, that's I need to take some more baby steps. You just turned 65. Well, happy birthday, Captain Jack Flight Sim. Congratulations, 65. It's I think that's the official age. You can retire. You can officially retire, good sir. Well, happy birthday to you there.
The Ontario altimeter 1098.
Dave arrival 988, so 1564.
Actually, the Palmdale altimeter 2990.
990, 1564.
Let's see. Am I allowed to do?
945 late center by T6 right text via Charlie.
We'll see. Hold on. This one's for you here, Captain Jack Flight Sim. This one is for you.
Stand by here really quick. There are 5 Alpha Mike. I have a memo here out of a 6 copy.
There you go. Happy birthday, Captain Jack Flight Sim. Happy birthday to you there. Hopefully you had a fantastic birthday. Not working too hard.
Alright, ready to copy from the flight.
Sorry, there's it. Over 5 Alpha Mike, cleared to the Van Nuys Airport. Present position direct Fillmore VOR. This is Foxtrot India Mike, Fernando 7 arrival.
Have you been crisscrossing the country for work, or is it mostly in Denver? I think that last time we talked, you were, I think you were in Indianapolis, were you? So hopefully you haven't been crisscrossing the country too much there. Yeah, actually it was a 13-hour, 430-mile day. Oh my goodness gracious. That is quite the haul you did there, all over Colorado. Well then, I mean, at least you're closer to home there. But 430 miles, you definitely aren't close to home, especially if you're driving all over Colorado there.
Agent 955, contact Denver Center 127.65, yeah.
127.65, listen 955.
That's 2178 across Hogs that maintains level 250.
Okay, so you do take care of the radio stations in eastern half of Colorado there. That is fantastic. Yeah, and that's is that how you got into? So which came first, the job of taking care of the radio stations, or the job of being a radio operator? Which one came first there, Captain Jack Flight Sim?
446 out of Whiskey, runway 30 for the land.
30, clear to land, 69 Whiskey.
I wouldn't say job of being a radio operator, or maybe the hobby of being a radio operator. I have flown with one or two captains that they have a call sign for whenever they are on the radio. Because depending on the airplane, we do have some of the airplanes do have ADFs, and so you can use the ADF and tune in a frequency and try to reach people. And since you're in an airplane, you're pretty high up, so you can get people in crazy parts of the world. It is very, very interesting how far that radio signal can bounce all over the atmosphere to get to the other side of the world there. 300 miles today, buddy. Had to drive from Denver to Eagle. Wow. You know they do flights straight into Eagle. Oh man, that is quite the hike into the mountains there. So let's see if we
I still don't see anything here, man.
if I get rid of this and this.
Any other day, but right now, like, really not a good time for me, unfortunately.
So here's Denver right here. Eagle
Can you just fly the VFR?
is over here. Let's go ahead and get rid of you. So this is the VFR map. I don't know how you would get. Is this a road here? Take this road through Breckenridge.
Cleared out of Headley Bravo airspace to the north on departure.
Through Breckenridge on up through
Departure for Beast Block 7354.
Empire, Idaho Springs. That would be my guess is the easiest route to get there.
Eddie. 7454, that's it.
7354.
7354.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched several aircraft landing on 27 at Eagle. That is awesome. Interstate 70. Okay, so that's how you do it. You take Interstate 70 to go all the way in. All right, I was a disc jockey for many, many years. Then got into the tech side of engineering. Okay. Oh, that is absolutely amazing. Yeah. I mean, you do have the real disc jockey or DJ setup there. And very, very professional setup there. It's nothing compared to using a what do I have here? The Stream Deck is what I have. So you definitely have a much more professional setup there. Take Interstate 70 West of Denver. Did you get any get videos of aircraft landing in Eagle there? Because let's see, 27. It's gonna be so. I guess this runway, they only have one runway now. Is Eagle? I'm pretty sure that's one way in, one way out due to the mountains, right? Like you don't take off going this way, you take off going back down the valley again. So Eagle, Vale, is Vale right there as well? No, there's Eagle. Where's Vale? I'll show you just how unfamiliar I am with all the mountains of Colorado there. That explains why I like to do the radio thing during my live streams. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have it's like tuning in to listen to some fantastic music while also watching you fly all types of cool airplanes. Tell you what, you are the master of flying the DC-3. There is no one out there that flies the DC-3 like you. So I absolutely do love tuning in and watching you fly around low and slow over the countryside, like it's meant to be, you know. You can take off to the west, but have to dock. Oh, okay. Should do a flight into Eagle. Quite possibly. We'll do, I mean, maybe I'll do that. We could do, I wonder if we can do Denver to Eagle and then a 319 or something like that. I don't have a CRJ. That would probably be more suited to go into Eagle versus an A319. We are within 250 miles. That's why we got the ILS 24 rate. We'll go ahead and pop that in there. We'll go ahead and, oh, that's too dim. Let's go ahead and bring that back up again. Beautiful. Look at that. Almost. That is like picture perfect right there.
54 heavy holding short, 25 right at Bravo, and we're fully ready for departure.
54 heavy, LA Center, RNF, Docker, runway 25 right, so take off.
RNF, Docker, American.
Absolutely beautiful.
Right.
Oh, you say the Airbus flies into Eagle regularly. Okay, so yeah, we'll have to take the A319 into Eagle. I think I've done a turn and burn Tuesday into Eagle. I think, don't quote me on that one. But it was before I think it was before Phoenix had updated the Airbus and fine-tuned the drag model, because if I remember correctly, I was struggling to get enough drag on the aircraft to come down on the approach there. So we'll have to do turn number in part 2 out of Denver to Eagle and back, or maybe Salt Lake to Eagle. You know, maybe mix it up and do Salt Lake to Eagle. I think that'll be a little bit of a longer flight, since Salt Lake's a little bit further from Eagle than Denver is. Yeah, Salt Lake is significantly further. So it will be a slightly longer flight. I think, from Denver, it's a 15-20 minute flight. So you're probably about 40-minute flight from Salt Lake. Should be doable, though. Yeah, that should be doable for a turn number in Tuesday. Yeah, we'll mix it up.
2863, roger. Runway, it's hold short of runway 24 left. We'll get you out here in a minute.
Yeah, we'll mix it up and go from Salt Lake instead of Denver. We'll do like a Delta 319 from Salt Lake City down to Eagle and back. There we go.
Air 5 out, Mike, set to maintain 11,000.
Alrighty, we're about to get on the arrival here. So let's go ahead. I know I just got rid of that. Let's go ahead and bring that back up. I think United and American fly into there. Really, I wonder where American flies out of there. I would assume United is out of Denver. Delta's out of Salt Lake, maybe. Maybe. I would think the closest airport is Phoenix for American going into Eagle. Yeah, I would think that the closest airport would be Phoenix. You know, but yeah, that's I think, you know, it's, yeah, that's I wonder. I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to check and see. Does American fly the 319 Shark Clip, the one that we're in with the 320 engines? That would make sense. Eagle's one of those high altitude airports in the mountains. You need all the performance you can get to get out of there. Let's see, speed restriction 280 knots. So let's go ahead and go on the perf and do 280 in the descent. There we go. I have to post my video of a live landing and then one from the sim. Uncanny how accurate it looks. Oh my goodness gracious. I bet 100% it's absolutely, I mean, it's Flight Sim 2024, hands down one of the most realistic flight simulators out there in terms of how things look out the window. Now I was watching a XP72 video about X-Plane 12. The atmospherics in X-Plane 12 look really good. The lighting, they went back and fine-tuned, and it looks really good now. Let's see, I'll go ahead and go to 10 nautical miles plan. And we're coming in. Hagman? Okay. So what we'll do is we'll scroll down. There's Hackman. Then we have a Shatner. And Smash. Then Sally. Gleason. No. Gleason, there we go. It's gonna be between flight level 300 and flight level 240 and 280 knots, so that looks good. Then we have Angel. That's gonna be between flight level 190 and flight level 240. Then Can at or above 17,000. Boyle at or above 14,000. And Circus is going to be between 12,000 and 14,270 knots. For now, let's just plan on 2-4 right, since we are coming in from the north side. So we have Circus. Then the Skull is going to be at or above 10,000 feet. Then Decor is going to be at above 9,000 feet. Then we have Bree at above 8,000 feet. Cadillac at or above 7,000 feet. Living at or above 6,000 feet. Broke at or above 5,000 feet. Mercy is at or above 4,000 feet. And then Kobe, 2,200 feet. That's where we're going to intercept the glide slope there. It should be 6 miles to the runway there. So Kobe, 6 mile, 3-degree glide slope. That looks good for the missed approach. Climb 2,000 on a 251, heading and outbound on a Los Angeles 260 to Rafts, 260 radial out to Rafts there and hold 2,000 feet. That looks good. Beautiful.
LA Tower 2053.
We still have a really good distance to go. This is a very long star. Oh my. Alrighty. So I'll bring it in to about 80 nautical miles, simply because once you're on the star, like if you notice, I don't know if anyone has noticed that, if you zoom out too far when you're on the star, it's not going to show you all the points. So it makes you zoom back in so you can get a better view of your constraints and your fixes. That's I'm glad to see that. That's actually very accurate to what the airplane would actually do in real life. So we'll leave it there. I like to leave it where I can see at least 3 fixes in front of me. Obviously, right now I can't see 3 fixes in front of me, but I can at least see 2. So this will just have to do. There, top of descent, quite a ways away. Still a very stiff headwind. This is looking more like wintertime headwinds versus summertime headwinds. Usually in the summertime you only get like a 30 or 40 knot headwind. We're like double the headwind right now, so that's very interesting. You say, I'm pretty sure that I've seen American into Eagle. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. I used to have my desktop picture used to be a long time ago. This is a long time ago, back when I had a laptop. But my desktop picture used to be a picture of, this is an old school American Airlines. It's the Silverbird, the Silverbird, American Airlines 757 departing out of Eagle, Colorado. That used to be the Eagle Bird right there, because the 750, the 7, if I can say it correctly, the 757 just has so much power. That thing is an overpowered beast. I cannot wait until Bluebird comes out with the 757 for Flight Simulator. Like, just looking at some of the updates, I'm like, we can do, there's so many options you can do. Old school Continental, old school United, old school Delta, US Air Ops, the old school America West Ops. Like, there's so many different things that I want to do with the 757. I absolutely, back in my FSX days, I used to fly the level D. Not level D. Was it level D? They only had a 767. It may have been the Captain Sim 757 and the level D 767. I used to fly that almost exclusively. I love the 757, man. What a beast of an airplane. Flown with some people who have flown the 757. They absolutely loved that airplane. And as much as the 757 was an overpowered beast, you know, they say the 767 is just as overpowered, gets even better performance. So, you know, Boeing, when they made those airplanes, they did a good job. They did a really good job. Okay, let's see. We verified the route, so there's the start of our backward Z. We have, I should probably try to dim this or put it in night mode. There we go. There we go.
Bravo airspace, ready to search
So it's going to be IOSS, so IOSS 108.5, 108.5, that looks good. 30-degree glide slope, 252, 251, that's close enough. There we go. Progress page, we're ready to put KLX 24 right, that looks good. GPS primary, we're not really worried about anything else on this page here. Performance approach page, let's go ahead and put in the information right now into the page here. We've had some weather. Quebec is what it is.
Alley center's now closed, ready to search survey, quick change approved.
Okay.
Keep going, thank you.
Alrighty, well, he's closing up. Cool. So we'll just do that. What I will do then is we'll just get the CTAF for LAX, which is going to be 2095. Go ahead and put that in. So we'll do 2095. That was very abrupt. I wonder what's going on. Hopefully everything's okay over there. 2095. Okay, so nope, we don't want that. So I have noticed. So you see how there's this orange tinge here? Let me go here. Let's go here. And let's go. Where's this old new thing at? Have an airframe. Under airframe or. Okay, so ECP. So the okay, I don't know. Modern. So it wouldn't have the orange glow behind it. That's my only thing. Is it wouldn't have the orange glow. Oh no, that's classic. So the ACP, that's this. That's the right color. So you see, if I change it to modern, see how it's more of a whitish LED color there. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for. That's weird because you would think it would be here as well. FCU Legacy. Okay. We go new. So it's just very interesting that the backlighting on this is very orange or red. It wouldn't, with the newer units, the newer ACP unit or the new RMP units, it would be more of a black-white versus a red-orange thing. Yeah, just a small thing, but I don't know what airplane they used either to model these after. They could be using an airplane that has all types of different radios in it. The new ACP radios with the old RMP radio, you know? Who knows? Anyway, let's go ahead and finish up putting our information in here. We need an altimeter of 29er, so 29er. We'll go ahead and put that in there. We'll set this here to 29er, 89er. Once, twice, and thrice. There we go. Beautiful. The temperature, 21 degrees. And a wind of 25014. So we'll use flaps full since it seems to be a consistent 14 knots. The bottom side, the bottom of the ILS is going to be 322. Go ahead and put that in the barrow. Full flaps. Always use auto brakes in a simulator. It's just you can't really feel the aircraft deceleration. So we'll use some auto brakes for our landing there. So we did a backwards Z, no need to do a double D. We can now ask our first officer if he or she are ready for a briefing. Yep, excellent. We will. What are your threats? Are threats coming in here? We could get a possible runway change, but now that ATC is offline, the real threat is flying into someone that's not communicating on the radio. So We'll have the TCAS on. Hopefully that'll help us spot and see traffic coming into and out of here. Let me see what VAT radar 24 or VATSIM radar is showing. Not really a lot of traffic going in, so we should be perfectly fine there. Camjet Flight Sim says, hey buddy, so sorry, but get a call out tonight. Eyes are drooping. We'll watch the replay of the landing later. Love your show, my friend. Thank you very much, Camjet Flight Sim, for coming out and spending a little bit of your evening at the Eagle's Nest. I know you've been out there working hard, keeping those radios going and keeping us all interconnected all over the U.S. and all over the world. Thank you very much, Camjet Flight Sim. Really do appreciate you coming on out. I'll catch you at the next live stream, my friend. Alrighty, so we will our top of descent is in about 35 miles or so. We're going to be descending on the Angel 4 arrival here. We've already reviewed it with our first restriction here being Gleason between 24 and 300 and 280 knots. The bottom side is going to be a Circus at 12,000 and 14,270 knots. Plan on doing a visual. We'll back it up with the ILS to runway 24 right. It's chart 11-6. It's going to be dated to February 24. The frequency is going to be 108.5 with a 251 final approach course. Kobe's at 2200. The minimums are 322, and the touchdown zone is 122. The MSA around the LAX VOR 7,700 feet. That's the quadrant to the north-ish of the airport there. Plan on using full flaps, low auto brakes, a soft go around if we need to go missed. Climb to 2,000 on the heading of 251 and outbound on the LAX 260 radial to RAFs, and hold to come back around and try the approach again. When we do land, plan a left-hand turn off on Victor Whiskey or Yankee, possibly Zulu if we miss all of those. And I don't know if this is in the simulator or not. I feel like I've been in LA a few times and I don't think this is in the simulator. That's one thing I kind of wish Asoba would kind of update the airports as I feel like they have an older version of LAX as their base. But if they have Yankee in there, we'll take Yankee and what is this, Charlie, and we'll park somewhere down here at the American gates there. If not, then we'll just take like Delta and whatever these taxiways are, one of these taxiways to head south, and then we'll get on Charlie, and then we'll just park somewhere over here and call that a night. 8,926 feet of runway available. Standard landing assessment applies. Anything else you would like to add to that? Nope. Excellent. Let's go ahead, and we're about 20 miles out from our top of descent. What I like to do is begin that descent right just about now. So the Angel 12,000 is the bottom side. What we can do is we can go all the way down. If I manage it, we can go all the way down to 2,200 feet for the ILS there. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's not do it in hundreds of feet. Let's do that in thousands of feet. Oh, come on. There you go. 2,200 feet, and we'll go ahead and manage that, and we'll manage our speed. No. What are you doing? Why is the speed all the way up there? That's what I cannot understand. It wants to do 200. This should be 0.79 to 280. I do not know why it was trying to. Yeah, no. So it needs to be. It's trying to drive the speed up to 280 knots instead of descending in 0.79 to 280 knots. I don't know if that's a bug. Did I do something that I shouldn't have? I have no clue, but we'll just let this descend. Once we get to 280 knots, then I'll go managed. That way we should be right on profile there. We do have the city lights of LA starting to come into view. LA County, the greater LA metropolitan area. Is it me, or do the cabin lights look like they're fully on? Oh, no, they're fully on. I would have thought that they would be 0. Why? It says cabin light 0. Okay. Okay, there we go. Much better. Oh, that's cool. Now, to be fair, you can't actually see that in real life when you're flying along, but that is cool to be able to see some of the Milky Way galaxy there. Got the glow of some of the other city lights. You can see it kind of like reflecting up into the air there. That is kind of a cool effect there. Now, if one thing that Microsoft could improve on, it is the night lighting. Not gonna lie, Microsoft, it looks like you put a light map onto a terrain texture until you get closer to the ground. So like from up here, it just looks like a light map on the terrain texture, and then you get closer to the ground, that's where you start seeing all the little individual street lights and stuff like that. So there we go. Bring that range in just a little bit. We should be intercepting our green dot. It's probably going to start coming down here in just a little bit. That's what this heartbeat arrow looks like. This heartbeat arrow right here, that's where we're going to intercept our profile descent. And it's blue, which means we're managed up. If it's blue, the airplane will do. If it's not, then that's all on you. So if it's blue, the airplane will do. If it's white, you're not all right. That's kind of like a little thing to help you remember there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go back to our managed speed. We're back down into the idle regime there. Los Angeles traffic, American 3318 is about to cross Gleason here, flight level 310, descending on the Angel for arrival into Los Angeles traffic. Alrighty. 120905, that's going to be the CTOP. We'll tune that in once we get a little bit closer. I don't think anyone is going to be in our way between here and there. In fact, yep, nope, I don't think anyone's gonna be coming in. We have one person coming in from Portland into Los Angeles. He should be on the ground well before we are, so not too worried about that. That's the only traffic in the area right now. Beta Baby Gaming, how are you doing? Welcome to the Eagle's Nest, good sir. Really do appreciate you coming in and dropping by and saying hello in the chat. He says, yo, how are you doing there, Beta Baby Gaming? Welcome. Glad you're having, glad you've stopped by, everyone. If you haven't stopped by and seen Beanie Baby Gaming's channel, this guy is an absolute wizard when it comes to knowing all the ins and out of working the camera and Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's taken me a little bit to get used to it, and even he's had to show me which buttons to press to make certain cinematic things happen. So glad you are able to drop by, even if it is just for a minute or two. Welcome. We're about to land here in Los Angeles. We did a departure out of Jackson Hole earlier, and I recorded that departure. What I'll do is we'll run a landing replay, one or two landing replays in Los Angeles. Then we're gonna reset back into Jackson and get the airplane all ready, configured, ready to go, and run a departure. And that will be the final replay, is the departure out of there. Reset the time to the morning time as well, so that we get the sunlight hitting off the mountains at just the right angle. Hopefully it'll be a nice, beautiful departure out of there. I crashed a 787 for the second time on stream today. Oh my goodness gracious, Beanie Baby Gaming. That's is it the default 787, or was it like doesn't Horizon Simulations, don't they make a 787? Or it's, they don't make it. I think it's the default 787 that they've modded, essentially, is how that works. In and out replay. We'll do a little bit of both. So the Los Angeles replay will be an in replay, in and out in Los Angeles, and then when we get back to Jackson, we'll just get that wing view and do like a wing view departure of the mountains off the right hand side, coming out of Jackson. Why is Flight Simulator trying to talk to me? I have no clue. There we go. Everything's looking absolutely fantastic right now, except that could dim a little bit. I don't know why it's well, nope, that didn't dim. Everything else dims. I think their brightness is a little too dim on the annunciator switch there. I'm gonna leave that on bright for a little bit longer. Oh, you mean like in and out? Oh, I don't know if I have that in the simulator. I really don't know if I have that in the simulator. I have the default LAX, so I don't know if I have in and out in the simulator. That's what you meant, Beanie Baby Gaming. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. When I get to the replay, I'll see if I can find the in and out, or a roundabout where the in and out would be, but I don't think the default LAX has it. But I mean, correct me on that one if you need to, but I definitely don't think that the default LAX has the in and out burger there. The first time I was taking off from Monterey and I put the flaps up too early. And today I was flying out of Denver and I crashed because I forgot the stabilizer. Like you didn't set the stabilizer trim for takeoff? Is that what it was? Beanie Baby Gaming? Ooh. Okay, Los Angeles Tower is on. So that's a thing, 2095. Getting a little high on profile. It needs a little bit more drag. We will give it a little bit more drag there. Go ahead and get those lights on. I can dim this just a little bit. There we go. So it's not so glaring at us. Yeah, that's the one nice thing about the Airbus is, at least the Neos. The Neos have a trim system where if you don't have the correct trim, it's automatically trimming itself for takeoff anyway. So that's something really well done in the Neo that some of the older Airbuses don't do. And so I just popped my wrist again, man. You're in Orlando, right? No, I am not. I do fly in and out of Orlando a lot, though. But no, I'm not. I'm not in Orlando. Let's see. Altimeters. Transition 29er, 89er. Seatbelt sign is on. Wing lights are on. Status page is checked. Perf approach page is set. All right, let's go ahead and do a descent checklist, shall we? Altimeters 29er, 89er. Auto brake is low. Perf approach page is set. The arrival briefing is reviewed. Angel 4 visual approach backed up with ILS 24 right. And our status has been checked. Descent checklist is complete. We'll go ahead and, for now at least, mute our in-flight music there. And as we're descending into the Los Angeles area, oh my gosh, the city lights just look absolutely amazing. Beautiful. The wife has gotten me into these, and she actually likes them really well too, which is interesting because she's not really a tea drinker, but it's called Half Day Iced Tea, and they have like all types of different flavors, and it's like it's along that product line of, you know, the whatever they call it, the quote unquote healthy lemonade or the healthy sodas, or where it has like next to no sugar in it, and I really like them. They're really good. They're really good, and she likes them too, which is interesting because she's not a tea drinker. Alrighty, need more drag again. An idea for you to get more views is put the real A320 pilot part first, because the end does not always show on the For You page. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well, thank you for that input, Benny Baby Gaming. I think because I do have like this is when I first started the channel. My whole idea was to have some like pre-recorded videos, some live streaming videos, and that's why I have like the Grey Eagle Live. If you look at my logo, it has the live right under it. I need to go back and modify my logo is what I need to do. I mean, everything I've done is I've done myself. I don't have like an editor or anything like that. So that is really good. Okay, I'm gonna take your advice, Benny Baby Gaming, and slide that around. So expect to see a slight change to that when I go live next week. Let's see. Flight attendants, prepare for landing. There you go. Beautiful. Well, that is where I come in. Yes, sir. Really appreciate it. You, I never really thought about it. I mean, I've considered it, but it being so far at the end, I don't know. I just kind of started it in that order and kept that order ever since. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely try that. See if that reaches more people, or if it doesn't, it doesn't. But you know, I'm just letting the channel grow in a natural progression. I'm not trying to do anything extra or not extra, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and let's slow it up here to 210 knots. How far out are we? Oh, we're still pretty far out. I'm gonna leave this speed to be managed. Oh, the airplane's gonna slow up how it wants to slow up anyway here. Oh, and we're below 10. We had circle D. Let's go ahead. It's activated the approach phase here. I'm trying to find, the record tool. Here we go. Let's do number 2. There we go. We'll save you. Beautiful. Okay. I will do that. I'll keep it shorter because I'm almost maxing out the word count for what I can put into a title as it is, and that is going to make it significantly shorter. I won't be running into an issue with running out of character space. Let's go ahead and just bring up the tower right now, shall we? So I'll go ahead and flip that on over to tower 2095. 2095, that's tower. There is no ground on, which is perfectly fine with me.
And tower, American 1860, clear 25 left, going in at Charlie 9.
American 1860, welcome to LA. Continue Hotel Juliet, cross runway 25 right. Juliet Charlie to the right.
Roger, Hotel Juliet, crossing 25 right, Juliet, text ramp via Juliet Charlie, American 1860. Thanks for the help tonight, we'll see.
LA Tower, good evening. WestJet 475. We're descending via the Armin 2 arrival for the inbound for the 24 right. We're turning left for the downwind.
WestJet 475 LA Tower, roger that. You're going to want to call me on final for runway 24 right or 25 left. I do caution there is a Qantas directly in front of you, about 1.5 miles. Try to create separation before final.
Yeah, we just saw them pass over us for WestJet. Oh, actually, never mind. Correction. We have them in sign right in front of us. 12 o'clock, 410.5.
Okay, yep, just give me on call on final.
Arrival, we'll call you once we're on final for the ILS 24 right.
Alrighty, we'll. Sorry, I'm trying to listen to VETSIM right now. I'll make those small little changes, those small little things right there. Could be that, you know, I definitely don't understand the YouTube algorithm, so you know, but like I said before, just trying to, you know, holistically grow the channel without having to you know, reach out and do all types of crazy things. So like I said, I do this part-time, and like flight sim's really pretty much my hobby. So all the other stuff that to get ready for a stream, I mean, it is a decent amount of work that you put in. There you go. Is that's how you do yours, isn't it, B2B Gaming? Now, the one change I have made with my title, if you haven't noticed over the last little bit, is actually putting in the full city pairing names instead of just the airport identifier code, because I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, people don't know what the identifier codes are. Like, it's already in my my little thumbnail. Let's go flaps 1, speed verified. So we got some people on downwind there. Looks good. Rock and a half speed brakes. I'm actually going to slow it up a lot. We're approaching Kobe here in a few miles. The tire American 3318 is on a 10-mile final, 24 right.
American 3318 LA Tower, winds 250 at 14, runway 24 right, clear to land.
24 right, clear to land for American 3318. Low capture, glide slope capture, we can set the mess approach altitude. It's going to be 2,000 feet, I think it was. Yes, 2,000 feet. 2,200. Yep, that looks good. Nope, that's not right. 2,000. There we go. You're down.
LA Tower, Scandinavia 932 Heavy, ready for pushing start gate 53 Bravo.
Scandinavia 932 Heavy, LA Tower, push to the Charlie 9 ramp, call for taxi inspection, right 25 right.
Roger, push for the ramp, we'll call for taxi.
Flaps 2, speed verified.
Scandinavia 932 Heavy.
NFL week 1, Josh Allen's insane comeback. Yeah. Flaps 3, speed verified. Alrighty. And flaps full before landing checklist. All altimeters. We have 29er, 89er, and 1400. Engine mode. Norm. Landing gear. Down. 3 green. ECAM memo. Landing no blue before landing checklist is complete. A small headwind here. It's not the 14 knots that the ATIS was reporting, but that's alright.
German cargo 475 heavy with Quebec Alpha 1 short Alpha request taxi.
Wait, is that your stream for tomorrow? Thursday night football live reaction, Just Allen's insane comeback, Rogers for TDs, and week 2 Peru, yes. Are the Bills playing tomorrow night? I have no clue who's playing tomorrow night. I gotta look on my phone when we land. Alrighty, so we passed 1,000 feet stable.
4.5 miles in trail of an American A319 on short final, runway 24 right, cleared to land.
The land at 24 right on a 550.
Alrighty, don't make the Qantas go around. He's already done his 14-hour flight over the ocean.
500.
Stable target, sink 1,000, clear to land. Yeah, I don't think this one has the in and out. Sorry, Beanie Baby Gaming, because I think it would be right off to the right of the nose, right just now. No, there's no in and out. The parking garage is there, but there's no in and out.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Oh, I flared too much.
5.
Deployed. $80. Manual braking. 60. Beautiful. We'll just take this left-hand turn off here, bring our tablet back up, put us on the airport diagram here.
American 3318, welcome to LAU. Parking on the south side tonight.
Affirmative, American 3318.
American 3318, cross runway 24 left, taxi Echo Lima Charlie to Terminal 4.
Echo Lima, okay, so cross 24 left, Echo Lima Charlie for American 3318. Have a fantastic evening. Thanks for the ATC. So apparently we're on a taxiway that does not exist anymore. There we go. Commanders versus the Packers. Ooh, that's going to be a good game.
25 Heavy Foxtrot, shorter 25 left, ready to go.
German cargo 475.
So we'll make this a 120 degree turn onto Echo. We'll take Echo down to Lima Charlie to the ramp. Absolutely beautiful. I thought I overflared there. I was expecting to float it halfway down the runway, but that was absolutely fantastic landing.
Westjet 475, if you get a chance, squawk 5333.
Here is, do you not see the sun? I didn't see the sun. I was kind of focusing on the runway there. Let's go flaps up. Alrighty.
LA Tower, United 1157 Heavy. You're going to be turning final now, 24 right.
United 1157 Heavy, LA Tower, winds 250 at 13. You're 9 miles in trail of a WestJet on 7 mile final, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Alright, we'll keep up with that traffic, 24 right, clear to land, United 1157.
Alrighty, let's bring our chart back up here. And Lima is going to be the other side of this terminal here.
Welcome to LA, cross 2.
So they have this terminal here, this little short terminal. But that's quite alright. So we'll continue our taxi here, put our tablet on the left-hand side like I would normally have it.
Scandinavia 932 Heavy, ready for taxi runway 25 right.
So this is Echo 12. The next right is going to be Lima. So that's what we will do. This is Echo 12.
Roger, 29er, 89er, taxi runway 25 right via Charlie 9er, Bravo, Scandinavia 932 Heavy.
Alrighty. When we do the replay, I'm gonna have to come back and see. We'll try to find that In-N-Out burger there. I may or may not be able to say that I have been to that In-N-Out burger a few times in real life. Alrighty, we'll turn on Lima here, take Lima down to Charlie, and then we'll just hop into one of the alleyways there to park. Those planes are really close. I mean, the tower controller did say that there was a few people on downwind when that one guy called in. I don't think they're trying to separate themselves. They're just kind of all over the place. Yeah, they do look kind of close, don't they? Maybe they're further apart than they look. Who knows? Those two planes morphed into one. Right, Beanie Baby? As I'm pretty sure one of them flew over the other and just overtook the other guy. So I don't think anyone. It's like a free for all right now. Alrighty, so the next left is Kilo 1. The left after that is going to be Charlie. So we got second left is going to be Charlie.
You got us now.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, Kilo 1. I didn't really see Kilo 1, but it looks like either Kilo 1 is not where it is showing on the map, or this might be Charlie. I'm not too sure. This might be Charlie right here. Yeah, that looks like a roadway. They got this like weird roadway that goes right between the two taxiways here. So here's Charlie.
2989er, runway 24 left, taxi Delta 9 Echo.
Delta 9 Echo.
Alrighty.
Delta 440.
Hashtag memes, hashtag viral. Alrighty. Let's see. We'll go into the Charlieton alleyway, I guess, since that's closest to us. I don't know. Hold on. Let me get rid of you. Gates. I guess we'll go to 100 something gates. I don't know. 41. Show me the spot. Where is 41? Yeah, we'll go to 41 then. Looks good to me. Alrighty. 41. No. Yes. And don't cross my game, GSX. What I'm looking for now is, there we go. Beautiful. Microsoft did do a really good job with making airport, clutter be a little bit better. It just looks better, the airport clutter. All the ground service equipment, stuff like that. Okay, I see the marshaller.
932 Heavy LA Tower, RNAV to Docker, runway 25 right, cleared for takeoff.
Roger, Scandinavia 932 Heavy, RNAV to Docker, clear for takeoff, runway 25 right.
Delta 440, runway 24 left, line up and wait, traffic will cross.
Alrighty, there we go. Parking brake is set. That looks good. We can go ahead and get the fast seatbelt sign turned off at this time. We can shut down engine 2. And then, ooh, did I get the APU going? No, I did not. So, we'll go ahead and, that was a very hard changeover. That sounded like a very hard changeover. So, what we'll go ahead is get the APU going before we actually shut down all the power to the aircraft. We don't want to do that. That's a huge negative.
Alright, we'll keep on Yankee.
So I knew I didn't turn on the APU, and then I was like, okay, when we turn on Kilo, I'll do it. And then for some reason I distracted myself, but that's okay. We'll have the APU up and online in no time here. It is very interesting because you do get some APUs that are like very quick. They'll start up super quick. Some of them, they're like super slow. I think there's 2 or 3 different APU manufacturers, and you don't know which one you have. So it is impossible to know if you have one that starts quick or one that starts slow until you actually start it. I know, I'm getting ready to shut down. The guy is like, please shut off your engines.
Bravo airspace to
Alright, there we go. APU is on and available. We'll go ahead and shut down the number 1. Beautiful. We can get the fuel pumps off.
Thank you very much. Stay safe. Scandinavia 932 Heavy.
There we go. Beacon light can come off. Looks good. Yeah, okay, you popped up and disappeared there. Okay, we can do the deboarding thing. Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Los Angeles. And he's waving at me for some reason. Why are you waving at me now? I have no clue. Alrighty, he's just stuck in his little loop there. Alright, we can go ahead and... Will I actually see? Oh, let's turn the cabin lights on, shall we? People can't see anything. There we go. We'll do 75. Oh, we actually do have people. Excellent deal. So we'll go outside. I did not set up this gate, but that's okay. It is what it is. Where's the do they just drive off with a pallet right on there? Is that what they do? Alright, that's an interesting one. So I'll watch them take the pallets off the aircraft there for some reason. And while I'm doing that, we'll go ahead and disconnect from the VATSIM service. Thank you for your service. That way I'm not doing a replay while online. We'll go ahead and get rid of or stop our replay there. That is all done. Looking fantastic. We'll get some ground music going here. Beautiful. I don't think I hit request boarding because I mean, look, they're taking things out of the airplane, right? So I don't know. I think I hit the right one. And plus, I see people coming out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I hit request deboarding. We will go inside here. The other cool thing that they actually did is this switch. When you overnight the aircraft, hit that switch there. That way you can turn off all the power on the flight deck, but it will keep cabin lights on for the cleaning crew. The overnight crew can do their own little thing here. There you go. Bye-bye now. Go look for the in and out. We will once I do the replay. The only reason why is like it gives the gate like a weird funky. It does funky things to the gate if you leave go too far away. Let's see. Well, no, that's not what I want. If we are gonna do that, let's hop on out here. Drone speed. There we go. There's the in and out right there. Oh, it's just a blob. That doesn't look good. So like if I had a third party scenery, then it would be like an actual asset that's part of the scenery. Like this garage, this asset would be a part of the scenery. And everything would look a lot more crisp. The parking lot would look a lot more crisp. All that stuff. And man, it's been a long time since I've been here, but I'm pretty sure this is the hotel we stay at. The Sheraton. Or is a hotel that we stay at. Sometimes, not always, that hotel, but it is what it is. Oh, here I am. Down here. So it is a blob. I mean, we can still do it if you want. You see what I was saying, how it messes up the jet bridge when you do that. So we'll just leave it the way it is. We'll pretend people aren't just walking out into thin air. And I'll bring the drone speed back down. What was it before? Probably too fast. 50? Seems about right for drone speed. Alrighty. Beautiful. There we go. We'll watch the rest of our passengers deplane there. Only had like 125, 26, something like that, and I forget how many it is. So it shouldn't take too long for them to finish deplaning. Alrighty. I think that is it. We'll go ahead and that's not the button I wanted to hit. There. I'm waiting for a flight attendant to disappear. You're gonna disappear, right? I don't want to just go take off. I'm going 24. I'm going to go to bed in 12 minutes. Okay, yeah, no problem, Beanie Baby Gaming. Yeah, don't let me keep you up. If you gotta go, you gotta go. I really do appreciate your input there, though. I need to get up in about 6 hours. Oh my goodness gracious, Beanie Baby Gaming. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. All right, we're going to go ahead and get the aircraft back up in a ready state. We'll go ahead and activate that. We'll wait for the avail lights to go away. The avail lights are gone and our doors are closed. We'll close both the cargo doors there. Beautiful. Now that everything is all closed, low pressure. What do you mean low pressure? The engines are on. How is it low pressure? I don't understand. Why is it running on the electric system? Why electric system? I do not understand. Run the electric pump. Oh, it's not low pressure. Okay. Turn the electric pump off. Bring the hydraulic page up. Okay. Cool. Everything's running normally, I think. Let's go ahead and begin loading the replay here. We'll load the one. This will be the landing in Los Angeles here. Beautiful. Alrighty, everything is looking good. Yeah, overspeed everything. Did the sim just crash? I think the simulator just crashed. Yep, cool. Cool. Hold on. I will be right back. We will get this going again here. So let me go ahead and we'll just bring this back up online, shall we? Awesome. I'm glad that crushed the simulator. Go ahead and stop the replay. Since you're clearly not connected to the simulator anymore. Being a Baby Gamey, thank you very much. Have a fantastic night. Glad you were able to come out and spend a little bit of time here this evening. Sorry that for some reason the replay decided that it wanted to crash. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and have to restart. I'll restart FSR here. Yeah, I know. Or flight control replay, FCR, flight control replay. I don't use the one natively in the simulator. Maybe that's something I really should start doing. I have no clue. Maybe that'll make things better. But glad you were able to come out to the Eagles Nest, and thanks for the suggestion there, being a Baby Gaming. Really do appreciate that. At the very minimum, I want to get at least one landing replay into Los Angeles, and then the takeoff out of all right, computer, Jackson. So we'll go ahead, load up all things ready to go here. We'll set for departure. We'll go ahead and start that. FCR is way better. You mean the external FCR? Because you know they have one integrated into the simulator now, and it's the same guy, same company. That does flight control replay, but now he does it for Asobo. So there we go. We'll go ahead and turn that on. Beautiful. Everything's looking good here. Engines are on. Excellent. Let's see if this will load the replay this time and not crash my simulator. How about that?
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Beautiful. All right, we'll hold it about right there while the aircraft has a small fit here.
Speed.
Sync rate. Pull up.
Beautiful. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and get the cabin lights all the way out. Cabin. Okay, beautiful.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Turn that down just a little bit more. Beautiful. There's where I thought I overflared. There's a little float, but really, it wasn't that bad. Let's drag that back a wee bit, shall we? So there's where there's your in and out right there. That little blob, that is the in and out. Alrighty, let's look at it from this angle. I swear I thought I flared too much. I guess I didn't. I guess I did not flare that badly at all. Let me get rid of the BRB. I forgot to take that back off because we are fully back. The NSIM one is terrible. Yeah, I want to see the takeoff out of Jackson. All right, we'll do one more. We'll do one exterior landing, and then we'll go and do the takeoff out of Jackson. And we will call that an evening there. Why does it feel like this is going at like twice the speed? beautiful. What an absolutely beautiful. I mean, again, for me to have thought, I feel like this is at like double speed. Does this feel like it's at double speed? Let me drag it back just to see how fast it feels like. Slow. 2 times slow. Okay. Take control of the airplane. No, I don't. I want it to be a normal speed is what I want it to be in. Like, this seems like a normal speed. This is 2 times slow, but it feels like normal speed. Alright, beautiful. Alrighty, show the FCR. Yeah, this is what it looks like right now. So it's showing you got slow, you got fast, 2 times, 4 times, and then right now it's paused, right? So if I hit play, I don't know how to make it not. Oh, okay. It still seems fast, but that's just me. All right, let's go ahead and let's load up the departure out of. Let's load up the departure out of. Yeah, knew that was gonna happen. So we'll do that. Let's change it. Like I said, I wanted to do morning time custom. I think I wanted to do it. Let's do something like that right here. Let's do it right there. What do we think? I think that looks good. I think that's gonna look good for what we want. What do you guys think? I think I'm liking it. Because otherwise, oh, there we go. That's what I want. I want the sun just barely clipping the top of the mountains there. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So we go here. We'll get the drone is all the way in Los Angeles, so we'll leave that as is. Go back inside. There we go. We're gonna make our way on. Beautiful departure out of here. And with that, I'd like to thank Beanie Baby Gaming. Thank you for coming out. I'll leave this replay to go. Captain Jack Flight Sim, thank you very much for coming out. Dummy Thick, thank you for coming out. Spend a little bit of time in the Eagle's Nest. Really do appreciate you coming out and spending just a little bit of your evening with me there. Tune in next week. I'm gonna try to get a turn and burn going in. Like I said, we'll probably be out of Las Vegas to go somewhere. We'll see where that is. Or I might go out and download a scenery. I'm not too sure. We shall see. This is kind of stuck here. Let's there we go. Beautiful. We'll get that beautiful departure out of here, and I'll leave you with this beautiful view out of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Until I see you all at the next live stream, please remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Until then, my name's Grey Eagle. Peace.